Welcome everybody to SamMobile TV, Daniel here. And depending on which video you've watched first, you may have already seen the fact that Samsung have announced the S23 FE, the Buds FE, and the Tab S9 FE and FE Plus. The Plus is the one I have here, and that's the topic of what this video will be about. We've had it for about a week now and spent some really good time with it. So let's break down a little things that I've learned in my week with the Tab S9 FE Plus. I gotta say, it's a pretty shrewd move from Samsung to release an FE ecosystem, devices that kind of all work together that take flagship features and bring them into a value proposition standpoint. This year's approach with the tablets is to release a Tab S9 FE and a Tab S9 FE Plus, which, like I said, is the one I have here. There's no Tab S9 FE Ultra. That would kind of defeat the purpose of the fan edition. Like we did with the phone, let's break this down into three categories. We're going to look at its design and its display. We're also going to look at the performance and the hardware, things like the camera and the processors and the battery, then take a bit of a look at the software that comes with the Tab S9 FE Plus. Let's start with the design and the display. The design is honestly one of the main reasons why I like the Tab S9 FE range. It's got a really nice premium aluminium build. It's full aluminium back and sides. So you know you're holding a really nice premium tablet. The build quality is really, really good. It's lightweight enough, plus a little bit of sturdiness to it so you don't feel like you're going to break it, for example. What's also really nice here is it follows the minimal camera design from the S23 and the Tab S9 series, just the holes and nothing else. Turning it around with the display, you might expect an AMOLED panel here, but Samsung have opted to go with a TFT LCD display. It's a 90 Hz panel, so it does improve on the 60 Hz from the Tab S7 FE. It's got a nice high resolution as well, and it's a 16:10 aspect ratio. It gets bright enough. It's got a peak brightness of 600 nits, but also then goes up to 720 in its high brightness mode, but it's got to meet a certain criteria before it can hit that. Look, it does the job. It's not a display that's going to set the world on fire, but for what people might buy this tablet for, you'll get more than enough usage out of it, positive usage out of it, that you probably won't even notice that it's an LCD. Samsung have made it look really nice. It just is a bit of a shame it's not AMOLED to continue the theme with the S23 FE, for example. Something that I really liked, and this kind of rounds off design, is its IP68 this year. Samsung have made the tablet an IP68 water and dust resistant tablet to go along with the cohesion of the Tab S9 series in general. Props to them for that. I think that's a really solid inclusion. If we continue on into performance and hardware, we now sort of look at what the innards of the Tab S9 FE and FE Plus is. And again, I kind of touched on a little bit how it could have been an AMOLED display. It could have been the Exynos 2200. But inside here, we have the Exynos 1380, which is the same processor as the Galaxy A54. Performed okay. And being a tablet that people might not do heavy intensive stuff, this again will probably cater to the majority of people's needs. I think just from an ecosystem standpoint, it would have been nice to have that cohesion. It's going to be enough for most people. And it launches DeX on the tablet itself. It doesn't have the DeX capabilities to go to other displays, but on the tablet, you've got DeX. So there's productivity capabilities straight out of the box that this processor can enable. For the FE smaller size, you have 6 or 8 GB of RAM, and for the Plus, you get 8 or 12, depending on what storage variant you get. They're also both expandable, which is nice. This will probably last you a while. It's got a massive 10,900 mAh battery in it for the Plus and 8,000, which is upgraded on the standard Tab S9 FE. Both of them charge at 45-watt fast charging, which again, for tablets, is an absolute necessity. With their big batteries, you don't want to be sitting there waiting for it to top up for a really long time. It does actually boast a 100% charge in about 81 minutes. Good. Camera-wise, honestly, do we really bother about cameras on tablets? Yes, they've got 2 rear 8-megapixel cameras on the back, but the front camera for me is the one I find the most interesting. Samsung have again positioned it in the right spot, center in landscape orientation, and it's a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera. It can shoot in 4K 30, and it supports auto-framing features. So it means that when you're in video calls, for example, it will actually track you around because it has such a wide field of view. You've got the dual speakers left and right, and they do sound pretty good. So have a bit of a listen, let me know what you think.
Of the Galaxy Z Fold 5. Z Fold 5 is the culmination.
It also has support for the S Pen, and this is in the box too. So it doesn't support any of the Bluetooth Low Energy. It's a passive pen, but it comes with it and it does all the stuff that an S Pen should do. And it can actually magnet in certain areas on the back of it to store it away. So that's something positive, a bit of consistency there. Something that I learned is that it has some extra pressure that you need to apply to activate the button. Apparently too many people press the button accidentally. So the S Pen here will actually take a little bit extra to trigger it because, sure. The FE ships with One UI 5.1.1, meaning it's going to get all of the software goodies that came with the Fold and the Tab S9 series in general. The taskbar gets the improvement to 4 recent apps instead of just 2. You also get the neat little pop-up window feature to dock it to the side temporarily. Outside of that, the software is pretty much as you would expect. Very Samsung tablet. Samsung DeX, as mentioned, only launches on the tablet, so there is potential that you can turn this into a laptop-ish style replacement, but DeX won't launch on anything but the tablet itself. But that's it for this device. We have got videos on all the other the FE ecosystem. We've got the Buds FE and the S23 FE videos up, so make sure you go and check them out as well. Make sure you subscribe to SamMobile TV and also go check out our website for everything you might want to know about Samsung. I mean everything. There's lots of different news on there, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.